absolute value equations. Absolute value of x equals 3. But first we'll back up and say the absolute value of a is the distance from a to 0. It can be below 0 or above 0, but the idea is that it's the distance, and distance is a positive number. So distance is always a positive or a 0 number. Okay, so absolute value of x equals 3. So the distance from x to 0, distance from x to 0 is 3. So that puts x either here, 3 units away above, or 3 units away below. And then you translate that into math. X equals 3 from this one, or x equals -3 from that one. And that's the solution. Then you can do a check. Go back to the original, put in your answer 3. Absolute value of 3 comes out 3, correct. The other solution is -3. Plug that into the absolute value. Absolute value of -3 is 3. Check. Let's go on to this one. X plus 3 equals 5. So the quantity x plus 3 is 5 units away from 0, above or below. So that puts the quantity x plus 3 either at 5, or x plus 3 puts it at -5. So it's x plus 3 equals -5, or x plus 3 equals +5. Then you solve the equation. Subtract 3 from both sides, you get x equals -8. On the one on the right, subtract 3 from both sides, you get x equals 2. So the solution is x equals -8 or x equals 2. And then for the check, put the -8 solution in. -8 plus 3. Absolute value of that is -5. Absolute value of that is 5. And that's what it's supposed to be. So that checks out. Now put the solution 2 in there. 2 plus 3 absolute value equals 5. Absolute value of 5 equals 5. Check. Now let's go on to this one. First, you simplify it so you get a single absolute value and then a number over here. So we'll subtract 3 from both sides, and you get absolute value of x minus 2 is equal to 2. So that means that the quantity x minus 2 is 2 units away from 0. So it puts it here at plus 2, or x minus 2 puts it here at minus 2. So you translate that into math. X minus 2 equals -2, or x minus 2 equals 2. Add 2 to both sides, you get 0. X equals 0, or add 2 to both sides on this one, you get x equals 4. Then do the check. If I put in -2 in for where x was, I'm sorry, 0, I meant 0, put in for what x was, you're going to get x minus 2, absolute value, plus 3, and that's equal to absolute value of -2 plus 3, and that's equal to 2 plus 3, which is 5. Check, because it's supposed to come out 5. Take the other solution, 4, stick it in here. 4 minus 2 is 2, so you have the absolute value here is equal to the absolute value of 2 plus 3. And absolute value of 2 is 2, and 2 plus 3 is 5. Check. Then one last note here. If you have an equation where an absolute value is equal to a negative number, that can't be. That means there's no solution, because the absolute value of a quantity is a distance from 0, and that's a 0 or positive number, not negative. And then since it says it's -2, that means that's impossible. No solution.